In the Christian life, it's actually very important that we're able to receive criticism with humility. Sometimes the Lord uses the sharp words of a friend, or even someone we don't get along with very well, to expose a bad or sinful habit in our lives. Some people have good intentions when they criticize us, and their words come from a place of love. Others might simply be trying to hurt us. In both cases, we should listen closely for the truth in their words and see how God might use it to draw us closer to Him. Recently, I found some good advice on this topic as I was reading through John Calvin's sermons on the book of Galatians. By the way, if you don't know who Calvin was, he was an early reformer, Protestant reformer and pastor. He pastored in Switzerland and also in Germany. I actually had the chance to visit his church back in 2023, which was awesome. The first thing he does is he notes how many Christians aren't so great when it comes to taking or receiving criticism. How do we react when people criticize us? Often that reaction reveals something deeper about us. Insecurity or arrogance can lead to anger instead of genuine curiosity. The truth is, especially when someone's words hit close to home, we'll look for all sorts of reasons to shut our ears, including the motives of the accuser. But sometimes your enemies are willing to point out the errors that your friends overlook. So again, here's what Calvin said. Often those who love each other will close their eyes to many things. They will ignore things and refuse to be bothered by them. Enemies, on the other hand, are on the watch and waiting to ambush us as soon as they notice a flaw. They will not stop talking about it ever afterwards, as Solomon suggests. Sometimes under the guise of correction, they will criticize people simply because they desire to pick a quarrel. But when our enemies ambush us in this manner, God is surely using them to humble us. Even the devil can sometimes act as a doctor for us. There's a great story in the Bible that illustrates this, by the way. It's found in 2 Samuel chapter 16. When King David came to Bahurim, there came out a man of the family of the house of Saul, whose name was Shemei, the son of Gera. And as he came, he cursed continually. Get out, you man of blood, you worthless man. The Lord has avenged on you all the blood of the house of Saul, in whose place you have reigned, and the Lord has given the kingdom into the hand of your son Absalom. See, your evil is on you, for you are a man of blood. Then Abishai, the son of Zeruiah, said to the king, Why should this dead dog curse my lord the king? Let me go over to take off his head. What have I to do with you, sons of Zeruiah? If he is cursing because the Lord has said to him, Curse David, who then shall say, Why have you done so? And David said to Abishai and to all his servants, Behold, my own son seeks my life. How much more now may this Benjaminite? Leave him alone and let him curse, for the Lord has told him to. It may be that the Lord will look on the wrong done to me, and that the Lord will repay me with good for his cursing today. David could have made short work of Shemei, but he knows that ultimately what he's saying isn't entirely wrong. Rather than responding in anger, David receives Shemai's curses with humility and says, maybe God is going to use that. Maybe he's going to take pity on me. And as a result of all of this, God is going to bless me. So don't close your heart to criticisms just because they come from people outside of your circle. It may be that God is wanting to use those very criticisms to help you see a sin that you've been blind to. And it's far better to be judged for that sin now than when you're standing before God. Here again, Calvin. When a mortal being reproves me for my sin, it is because God has ordained this and has sent the person to me in his stead. Why? That I may not have to stand before the majesty of God to give account of myself for this sin. For if I do, I will be condemned 100,000 times more severely. Thus, when God sends us human judges, it is because he takes pity on us. We are not to be concerned about who has approached us or whether he is driven by enmity or a critical spirit, but we are to heed the voice of our own conscience. Now, this is really important. When you're criticized by another person, you don't need to just accept all of the negative things they say about you as though they were true. You do need to be willing, though, to search your heart and to humbly ask, God, is there something here that I have missed? You're trying to remove the husk so that you can discover the kernel of truth in the criticism that is being brought against you. Now, sometimes a criticism might be all husk and no kernel, and sometimes it might be all kernel and no husk. But if you dismiss it out of hand, you'll never really know. Proverbs chapter 15, verse 32 says, Whoever ignores instruction despises himself, but he who listens to reproof gains intelligence. If you hate yourself, then close your ears to all criticism. But if you want to be smart and grow as a follower of Jesus, receive criticism with humility, regardless of who's bringing it against you. It may be that God is using it to bring you closer to Him.